yeah, the audience who have probably zero experience with paranormal, sorry, they will logically assume that, oh my goodness, this is really happening. This is what Zach thinks. He has a long time experience, So that's my problem.
And
My problem is that they are making assumptions and they are forcing those assumptions to audience.
And again, I say they're not making assumptions. They're asking questions within context. If you're at a place and the people are claiming there is a portal there where demons come out of, then it's a logical question. If you capture some strange light anomaly after you're investigating and trying to stir up some stuff, you're going to ask, is this the demon that the owners were talking about? It's a
But
legit
first
question.
of all, you as an experienced paranormal investigator, you shouldn't like agree with the person hiring you for 100% because they have no idea what they're talking about. So if you have this person living in a house and they are experiencing something scary, of course they would think it's very evil because they are scared of it. However, I don't think it's always the case. And you personally told me that it's very rare to encounter a demonic entity. So how come Zach encounters it every freaking episode?
Well, for one thing, Zack is obsessed with demons. The other thing, though, is they're just saying what they were told. They're not saying they believe it. They're going with the
He pretty
information.
much believes it.
He might believe it, but he's not telling you that 100% it's a demon or this or that. Even when they capture something that says a demon, like which they've caught a few evidences where things have said that, they've never once said, you guys, it's 100% confirmed, this is a demon, this is that. They might say it's a darker entity, which is a
Yes,
general
but
statement, but they
darker
don't.
entity, but he likes to add that the entity is not human.
Not all the time. I think you actually need to see more episodes of Ghost Adventure. He does it more so, I openly admit, he does it more so in the later seasons, but that's not something he really does. I mean, it's a meme more than anything, and I think that's where a lot of people get that misconception.
Well,
But
I told you today I watched almost 6 episodes
season
of Ghost,
19 or
yeah, on
18,
season 19.
yeah,
And I'm telling you, in every freaking episode, he was talking about demons, and they were talking with the people experiencing stuff, and he just got silent for a second, and then asked like, "Do you know what are you, explaining to me?" It's demonic possession, everyone was possessed by a
yeah, but
demon.
you have to look at what context he's putting it in. That's the other thing. And you got to remember, I've seen every episode of Ghost Adventure. Some of them more than others. Some of them just sucked. And it's so funny because the one episode where this was in Seattle, where the guy was claiming it's a demon, and all this is burning Bibles and putting weird marks on the walls. They didn't capture a lick of evidence, and it was the one time like Zach didn't say anything about a demon or dark energy. They themselves didn't feel anything. So
Okay, similar thing happened in a season 19. I can't recall which episode it was because I was,
I
watching.
know exactly which episode it was, and people actually called Child Protective Services on
Oh,
that
good,
person.
because she was crazy. However, at the beginning, he believed her,
Yeah,
and then he saw the red flags and everything, and I really liked that he kind of dissed her in the show. Like, she told us she can't move her arm to reach her back, and then suddenly he shows us a footage of her,
yeah.
reaching right to her back. So yeah, I was like, okay, I was honestly surprised that he included a fake accounts in his show.
Yeah, well, I will say this. Zach, even though he gets on a lot of people's nerves, the guy is passionate about the paranormal investigating. He wants to actually get evidence. I think he is too obsessed with the darker stuff. And it's so funny because you can actually see when that change happened. But I do think he's honest. I don't think any of them, well, it's still question marks on Ghost Brothers, but I don't think any of those paranormal investigative shows, I don't think majority of them are fake. I don't think they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes. I think these guys actually care. On Ghost Hunters, even though I don't think any of them cared as much as Grant, and I don't like Jason, I don't ask me why. I just never liked him. Uh, I
I mean, I will fight you after we are done with
I
this
just
because
I don't like him. I think it's because he's bald. I don't know. I just don't like him. I just don't. But I
I mean
think,
he is very professional with the people, and I always like the way he spoke with the house owners and
well,
everything.
that's fine. But you know how you just have some people you just don't like.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I just don't like him. I don't want to meet him. I don't want to be in the same room as him because I will give him a death glare, and I might have to fight him. And I just don't
But
like him.
but you don't like ghost hunters because you think they are
Well, no, no, no.
too negative.
I don't think they're too negative. I think that they're too close minded and they don't ask enough questions that quote unquote are out there. Like, you can't always just say, all right, so since we're plumbers, we know all these noises and that noises. I mean, yeah, okay, so this is your profession. I'm not going to doubt you too much on that. But who's to say that, just because the tapping on the pipe, it's not always going to be a pipe expanding from the heat or cooling off because of the cold air. There are
Yes, but for example, when there is a tapping on the pipe, of course they try to explain it from the plumbing perspective. But then, for example, they grab something and they start banging on it or inspecting it
but
more
that's
thoroughly.
that's the
So
problem. It's one of those noises you can't recreate, and I've noticed with them several times that they won't they will not accept that it could be something else that's kind of messing with them that did the tapping in a certain location because of echoes and all of this. They're just some things you can't recreate, and the or they will make.
yes, but they are in a place to investigate it. They are in a place to capture real proofs and clues that the thing is really happening. So they try to work only when existing data they were able to collect. So they are not in the house to make assumptions as Zach would do. Like, okay,
It's not
those are
making
toilet
assumptions.
demons.
It's not making assumptions. It's just asking questions. It's asking the what ifs. You're not saying it is, you're not saying it isn't, but there are some things where you just have to have a question mark and you say, what if? It's
But
not always like, okay, it's
okay,
this or it's not this. That's why I was saying where either, well, yeah, it's just not
okay,
that
but
simple.
usually they have more oh my goodness, I don't know how to say it. They have more things to focus on, right? So the house owner will tell them, okay, we hear these weird, sounds going from the heater in a basement. And then we experience this and that. So yes, they debunk one thing, which can be technical issue. I mean, you can't say we don't know for sure. It can be something supernatural, paranormal, or it can be simply a technical issue. However, they always focus on the other things too. So if they debunk one thing, then of course they can get enough like personal experience and footage and captures and whatever on the other things happening in the house. And in fact, yeah, they debunk one thing, then they will definitely get the proof of five other things that happens in the house, and they indeed will tell everyone that this house is haunted.
Yeah, but even that though, you can't just say, "Oh yes, it's haunted," or "Oh no, it's not haunted." I mean, you really do need really strong evidence both ways. But saying that, something just hit me, and it's so funny. Do you know who? I don't know why I'm gonna say this because I already know the answer to this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. But do you remember Nikki Paranormal? I had her on my show a couple of times. Okay. Um, Angie, did I lose you?
No, I'm
No, it's
here.
just quiet. Okay. You're so
Yes.
quiet where it's like, oh, maybe I lost her. No. Okay. Well, anyway, Nicole, of course, is a paranormal investigator, and it just hit me what she said, and this could apply to all paranormal investigators. They don't spend enough time there on the properties. And what she does is when she investigates, she at least spends 2 or 3 days there because certain things, they just may not happen on that very first day or night. And sometimes the energy has to get used to you. And then it'll show up, it'll do certain things. And that's why
But are you sure it happens only during a one night? Perhaps, you said it several times. Creative editing.
no, we know for a fact these lockdowns, they occur in one night. Like they'll spend the first day, of course, getting information, going over the history, learning that, and then they'll spend that night there. They'll say if they spend a weekend or so, but it's only that one night that they'll spend. Mind you, it's a very long night. They spend about 12 to 15 hours there, but that's usually it. That's not saying that they don't come back at another time, but just strictly speaking on the TV basis, they only spend one night, and then they of course go over their research and stuff, and that might take a whole week, maybe even longer, and again, that's for all paranormal shows that are worth their salt, that actually have real investigators. um,
And I don't know why this just popped to my head. I didn't really know why. And I don't know the name of the show, but have you ever seen a paranormal investigation show? And the three guys doing it, well, it was two guys and one chick. They were from New Zealand,
um,
and it has a really amazing intro music. And it was the first paranormal show, I mean, paranormal investigation show I ever seen.
No, I don't know that. I'm gonna try and see if I could look it up real quick.
I'm trying to do the same, but I don't see them anywhere. I don't think if the group is still around, or but I think it was a very very good show.
Okay, well, I don't know it.
Okay, so I will try to search for it and send it to you
Actually,
later on.
now that I think about it, this is why I like Paranormal Lockdown. That was Nick's show. He actually stayed 2 or 3 days at the location when he was investigating, and it was more like early seasons of Ghost Adventures, and it worked. Like you will capture different evidence. Um, so yeah, but saying that, I also know these production companies, they have a large say in stuff because they're the ones fronting the money for everything, and I hate that. I hate that these teams don't have the creative freedom that they should have, because I do think if they could, they would stay at a location over the weekend instead of one night. which is so ridiculous.
No, but it also depends on the house owners, right? I don't think
Yeah.
they want to have their privacy invaded
Well,
for more than one day.
usually they're able, like, the production pays for them to stay at a hotel and they get catering and all that stuff. So, I mean, it's not really an invade, and they're the ones who asked the team to come to them.
Yeah, I know, but still, I mean, it
Well,
is privacy invasion. I mean,
well,
you
no,
have
it
strange
isn't.
people
They
walking all around your house.
It is not. If you invite them to investigate because you feel something is off, then this is what you're subjected to. I mean, this is what they're going to do. You're signing up for it. Like, you can't complain about that. I mean, if
Yeah, I know. But you know what I'm trying to say is like if you have people over, you don't want them to look at your closet or something
well, I mean,
and touch your stuff.
they won't touch your stuff, but they will, like, primarily stay in the
Yeah,
area you
like
say.
like in Ghost Adventures when they accidentally entered that off limits attic room, right?
They had, well, it wasn't off limits, but they had no idea what it was.
So yeah, you didn't want them to just open everything and go everywhere.
I mean, well, yeah, might end up in the wrong room.
Well, or yes, I would call them. I would call paranormal investigators, but without cameras. You know, I would do that privately.
So, but okay.
Okay, so do those people get paid? I mean,
I
those house owners.
I do not know. That's a good question that I don't have the answer to. I want to say yes
They
because,
are.
yeah,
Yeah.
I want to say yes, but then they might actually have to sign a release. So if that's the case, then no, they do not get paid. They just get to stay at a hotel and get some catering.
Well, honestly, I think the we were talking about her in Ghost Adventures, the lady who was faking it.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure she did that for money.
Well, you know what? And maybe that she would say, Melvin, you're just naive. But I don't know if she
Or I
was
mean,
consciously faking it. I think that she believed something was happening. I just don't think she realized it was her house was filthy and it was her. I think she has some type of mental issue.
well, she definitely did. I can believe that, but you
What?
know, okay, because at the beginning he Zach had this interview with a friend of hers, and she told that she has some self control and anger issues. Not sure if you remember it.
I do.
So yeah. So perhaps yes, she wasn't. Well, she was faking it, but perhaps she wasn't doing it willingly, and she was doing it subconsciously. But still, I can imagine that the reason why they called the show was like, okay, let's try it. There is something weird happening at our house, and we will get paid. You know, considering that how filthy their house was and that they on several occasions said that they are having financial problems.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's one of those weird things.
And demon is knocking on your window or something.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Is it a sweet pea?
No, it's somebody else. She's sleeping right behind me.
No. Okay.
But but yeah, I don't know if she wanted to get paid or not. Like, it's a weird one because I truly believe that she thought stuff was happening, but then, you hear she has anger issues and all that stuff. So it's a good chance that, well, she's just crazy.
Well, that's you saying it.
I want no part of this. I didn't say it. So yeah, I mean, she's just a nut. But it was a sad episode. A lot of people were actually disturbed by it.
Yeah, because of the kid. And I'm wondering, she said she has 4 children. Is that correct?
I think so.
And only one was always present in a show, and she said that those 3 other kids are elsewhere. So I'm wondering with whom the children stayed with.
Yep. So that's a good question. Probably her mother or something, or
But why she
or a
kept
sister.
the younger one with her, especially since the kid was crying all the time and was so freaking scared.
Oh, that's just how the system works. Chances are that kid will be gone. But I think the priest called Child Protective Services is also.
Did he?
I think so. I think he was one of them as well. So yeah, like it was just that was all sorts of wrong and bizarre and just off. Like the only monster there was the mom and maybe the dad. I don't know.
And I think I discovered the New Zealand show.
Okay.
Okay, so believe it or not, it has such an original name. Its name is Ghost Hunt.
Oh,
And the show was aired between 2005 and 2006.
all right. Ghost Hunt. Oh, here it is. All right. So this is the show that you were talking about.
I think so. Just a moment, I need to check. Mm,
Wow, they only have 10 episodes.
oh yeah, that's them. Okay.
Hmm. That's weird. I wonder why only 10.
I
Well,
remember one, and till this day it scares me. If I remember it correctly, they were in this. Oh my goodness, there is the picture. Oh my goodness, oh my god, I won't sleep tonight.
I don't know what it is, but okay.
Just a moment, copy, image, address, here it is. So this is what they captured in one of their hunts.
Is that an alien?
I don't know what that is, but it scares the hell out of me.
Oh, wow. I,
I do believe it's from their show, and now I'm on this website and there is lots of pictures of ghosts, and I don't know why I'm looking at it.
yeah, you should stop actually because we're getting ready to wrap it up anyway. So, yeah, stop looking at that. You need to be able to sleep tonight.
Well, sleep is for weak, so I don't think I will do it
Oh, there's that
tonight.
that European coming out. Sleep is for weak people.
So yeah, you will have to spend the whole night, talking to me and comforting me because sleep is not happening tonight.
Well, I guess I will do that, and I think this is a good spot to end it. What do you think?
Well, it is because you are yawning.
Well, that's because I was stretching. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for tuning in to another Yapping at Midnight. Angie, thank you for coming on and having
Thank you for having me.
yeah, and having the discussion with me, and I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it.
I did.
And again, as you guys know, I probably won't be making edits to this, and if I do, it will be the bare minimum. So, Yeah, what you see is what you get. So you're getting it raw. And I might cut it into several parts, or I might just upload the entire thing. I don't know yet. But with that said, thank you again for tuning in. And if you haven't done so yet, remember to follow Unexplained Possibilities on Facebook, Twitter, and Reddit. And remember to subscribe to the channel. With that said, we'll catch you guys next time.